Alright, guys. Oh, let me turn off this audiobook. Listen to It by Stephen King, which I read when I was in high school a while back, long before the new movies. And the old movie was one of my childhood favorites. I used to watch it on sleepovers all the time. So we're back in Crushbone. This is probably the spot to be. Quick update. I did try some other options prior to coming back here. I tried, let me make sure my mic is okay. It seems to be doing alright. I decided to try the bandit camp over by, what's it called? By my hometown, Felwith. It turned out to only be 3 spawns. I'm sure some of you who are familiar with GFA are aware of the bandit camp. I thought it was 4 or 5 spawns, and I thought they were a bit higher level than they turned out to be. They were blue, one was green, and the other 2 were blue, which was interesting because the greens seemed to have the same amount of HP as the blue. When I nuked them, it went down to the same percentage as it did when I nuked the blue ones. So even the green gave 2 or 3% experience on the kill. So it was decent, but there were only 3 spawns, and they weren't dropping anything particularly good. I was wondering if they might drop some weapons that would be worth a little bit of plat, but they didn't. So only 3 spawns, and they had to be split, which I had some trouble with. My LOL ability, I definitely need some extra charisma, let's just say that. So anyway, I decided this is probably the place to be, these orcs here. Now, some of the orcs are greening out, but they still give decent experience because they just turn green. They're not low greens. So we're going to try to grind it out here. I ground it out here a bit already. As you can see, I'm up to 57%. So it's pretty smooth here. And who knows, I might even flirt with trying to pull from all those wandering orcs there. If I could just break a couple of those spawns, I might just hang out over there, as dangerous as it might be. But now that I'm a higher level, I should be doing significantly better in melee combat against these guys. I should be able to keep my HP and mana up a little bit more easily. I probably won't end up doing that, but it's in the back of my mind to do that because I would rather kill blues, and over there I think they got some slavers and stuff. I could go check out the slaver camp, but I think we're kind of at an awkward level, and the best thing we can do here is to grind out the low blues and the greens. I think trying to take out, let's say, slavers would be more risk than it's worth. I conned a slaver last level that was yellow, so we know the slavers could at least be white to us, and they probably still could be yellow to us, even though we've leveled up since then. And, you know, we're undergeared relative to what most people consider they can do solo. What I'm used to considering I could do solo, so it's better to play it safe when you're going with the kind of the solo self-found thing. Anyway, before we take too much of a med break, let's just snag this guy here. See, he's green, like I would have the upper hand, but you see the nuke only takes him down to 88, so he's not like a low level. So we should get more than 1%, maybe 2, at least 2% from this kill. Let's see how it goes. But as you can see, doing much better melee against these guys. We do have more AC, not just from leveling, and also the skill of defense went up a little bit, but also from gear we've added to our collection here. We got a new chest piece, a new wrist piece, new shoulder piece. So we've added quite a bit of AC, and I'm hoping it pays off. And see, if the fights go like this, I could almost just grind indefinitely as long as I got single pulls, right? I mean, he's done what, 9% damage to me? I used 1 nuke's worth of mana, and I didn't even have to do that. I could just run up and engage this way. And yeah, I think I went from 57 to 60, so it's probably like 2.5% even for these high greens. That's not bad. I mean, we're only level 11, so maybe that is bad? I mean, I don't know. I'm used to doing the grinds at higher levels, you know? I was going to take a med break, but that just went so smooth. I'm ready for another one, I feel. Okay, well, Another one, not another two. So we'll do a tick or two of medding up here, and then we're just gonna let this battle start. All natural. Gonna save some mana. Oh, we got another patrol coming down our way, so let's take this guy out of here. Now another option in a situation like this is, if you have it memmed and ready to go, is to try to lull the patrol and just hug the wall, and he might just walk by, no problem. But lull might not be strong enough to do that, and we do have a place we can run to, so. But that's a strategy to keep in mind for more dense zones later on. I think perhaps a lot of I remember I did a cleric way back in the day, and then I did one on a TLP a couple of years ago, and I don't even remember the TLP's name. And I did one on Yellowknack, and all that time I don't think I touched my low line at all. It wasn't until I came to P99 and I sort of had to solo that I found the low line, and it's wonderful. And I think as a solo cleric, you really got to take it into consideration. It is one of your best strengths, the ability to single pull. Yeah, we have long med breaks, right? And yeah, all we can do is root nuke. But having said that, we're capable of killing higher level blues than most other, let's say like a melee soloist, and we're capable of getting single pulls. So, don't let a scary area keep you from getting blue mobs, because you can calm them and single pull that mob you want. Just find somewhere relatively safe to kill them in. Now, we're not doing that great with our comms because we've got no gear, but charisma is actually a relatively easy stat to pump up. So if you're not doing solo self-found, and this is also why I went high elf, and I think I still would go high elf for a solo cleric. A lot of people might leap towards a dwarf. A lot of people might leap towards a dark elf or a human because they can get a snare clicky. But do you really want to fear and try to bash things down at a later level? You know what I mean? I hate chasing stuff that's running, snared or not. I think root nuke is the way to go, and what do you need for that? A big mana pool. That makes high elf #1 choice for that. Highest starting whiz I think you're going to find. Secondly, the lull line, which relies on your charisma. Again, #1 choice, high elf. So I really think it's the optimal choice. Dwarves get more strength, stamina, dexterity. Yeah, not as critical. Maybe in the early game, like up to 15, it will be nice when you're actually still meleeing. Have extra strength, extra HP, extra dexterity for hits. But throughout most of your leveling process, I'd say like 15 plus, maybe 20 plus. Actually, you could do some melee. No, but see, after 15, like, you might be face tanking, but you're not relying on your melee for the DPS so much. It's mostly coming from nukes. So best to just go high elf, in my opinion. I suppose human might be an okay choice. They have okay charisma. Wisdom's much lower, but you get a nice balancing out of some other stats. But I think the high elf's concentration in wisdom and charisma, and then to support that, they also have a good starting agility. Like, I have 85 agility right now. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. Alright, though, this is a blue. I'm worried about him running the wrong way, so I'm going to pull him back. Now you see me side strafing while I run. That keeps me out of melee range, so I'm not getting beat while I'm pulling him back. For those who don't know yet. So you see on that other green, we went 2% higher from 60 to 62. And this is a blue, so it's going to be even better. Let's see, 62. It's going to go to at least 65. I wouldn't be surprised to see it go to 66. Only because I think those greens are giving like 2.5%. Because I'm pretty sure it leapt 3 percentage points on the last green kill. So I think we're actually at least 62.5% right now. There we go, 66, like I said. So nice 4-point jump. Probably less than 4% per kill though. It's probably more like 3.5. So we're looking at level 11 here. These 4 mobs, we're looking at the green upper hand ones are giving 2.5%, and the blue, probably only a level from greening out, are giving 3.5%. I think those are decent numbers. Gonna take a med break here. Be back soon. Alright, that's about good enough. I think we might have cleared that whole little row there. So I'm tempted to go check the castle entrance area and see if the legionnaires that were there before are still there. If not, there might be a good centurion to pull instead. But first, I'm going to come back up here and see what we're dealing with here. This guy is still... I believe this guy is a placeholder. Oof, I think I'm lagging. I'm conning but getting no response, so I'm going to sit until... There we go. Okay, we seem to have caught up. Yes, he is blue. Still having some problems here. Wow, okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's see if I hit it again. I'm waiting till I can con and get an immediate response before I engage in the fight, but I'm getting to be full mana, which is annoying. There, I just hit con 2 more times and I haven't seen those 2 pop up yet. So I'm getting intermittent connection right now. Never a good time to start a fight. There we go. Okay, let's see. I can't even count them now. Okay, let me con a green. There we go. Con the blue. Alright, we seem to have resynced. So let's get this show on the road. But yeah, it feels to me like a bit of an awkward level for Crushbone. If this level isn't, I think 12 it certainly is. At 12, a lot of these blue mobs are probably gonna green. They might still be decent experience, but greens. Still greens, right? And also I think we're still too low to take out legionnaires. Maybe we could do slavers, but how many spawns of slavers are there even in that cave? I think there's 2 or 3. And then there's one in the house outside the cave. But we conned that one the other day in the other video, if anybody watched and remembers, and it would con green to us. And I think that was at level 10, I want to say, not even level 11. So the level, either that particular slaver is lower, or there's a wide level gap for the slavers. Either way, not great. Only a few spawns, and only a few of those spawns are going to be viable. Not great. Let's see what else we got. I forget if is the guy I just killed the placeholder. I think the one I have targeted right now that's a green is the actual placeholder. Because I remember when one time I did aggro the trainer. I was walking up the hill this way, I think, And I aggroed him from like right here, and I think he was standing right there. So I think that as long as he's not up and you don't kill that particular spawn, you should always get a blue Centurion right there. That's good to know, right? And a quick run over here. And we could check the spawns. I'm going to look over the wall. I think I might have missed one spawn. Yep, I did miss one. Is he worth chasing down? He is an upper hand. And we do have a Legionnaire here. He's a different one. Before the Legionnaire's on the left, now he's on the right. But unfortunately, doesn't matter. Either way, we got a Legionnaire here. And he is yellow. So, see, even at level 12, he's either still going to be yellow or he's going to be white. And he's not undead. We would struggle with white even with undead, where our nukes do double the damage that they do. Not to mention, far more efficient. So, I'm not excited about trying to take them at 12. So I'm not sure where to hunt. Maybe we will try the slavers. And it might be time to go check out the chessboard. Even though I was planning on waiting till 14 when I got my new undead nuke, this one might be good enough. The one I have now, it does, I think, 40 damage, which is already more than twice what the one I'm using now does. So yeah, we might do chessboard until 14, 15, come back, hunt some Legionnaires down. And eventually I plan to come back and kill Emperor Crush himself. That'll be a good video. Gonna have to use some lol in there. The mob density in that room is insane. Alright, so pretty much all the viable spawns are down. And we're kind of ready to go. What I'm going to do is I'm going to sit here while I'm up. That way, respawn will be practically on top of me. I will resume the video once that happens. Alright, we've already got a respawn right as we are nearing full HP, full mana. So this rotation still works quite nicely for us at level 11. Level 12, I think we're going to end up burning some time sitting waiting, even though we've got full mana, full HP. But at level 11, it still keeps us busy enough. This guy's landing some nice hits for an upper hand green. He's beating the crap out of me compared to his last buddy. Didn't matter in the end though. Still got 81% HP. I don't even want to toss myself a heal. I'm just gonna take out this guy now. Oh, my kids just completed some mission on SpongeBob's Bikini Bottom game. Saturday's their game night. Sometimes Friday, but it's Saturday. It's their game night. And right now, for me, it's Saturday evening. For most of you in North America, it would be early Saturday morning. I suppose I should have not announced my playtime, since I am on the red server. I don't want to let someone know when they can find me. Too late, though. Just decided to throw a few nukes at this guy. Didn't like how close the HP was. I like to play it safer than that. There we go, he's on the run. I don't like how fast he's running. Who knows how long it's going to take me to hit him. So, another nuke. Let's see, we're at 74 to 79. See, that's a nice. Those blues are really nice XP still. And still relatively easy to kill. Let's throw ourselves a couple of heals. So here's a trick. If you sit down, because you're waiting for the cooldown on a spell, take a look at your mana. And even when the spell pops back up, wait until you see a tick happen. Wait till you get a server tick. Get that tick worth of mana before you stand up and cast. Why not? If you stand up before and the tick goes across when you're standing, you get what? You get one mana back. That's this, I think, the standing regen. Whereas when you're sitting, it's like 8 or 9. I think there's some heavy solo battles I did. You can see on my other Sendrith videos where that saved my bacon, that strategy. Because throughout the fight, the living nuke of the cleric's got a cooldown. Furor seems to pop back up real quick, but later on they got a significant cooldown. So I would nuke and I would sit. And even when the nuke came back up, I would wait until I saw a tick. And I had to nuke maybe, let's say, 8 times. So 8 times, let's say I regen an extra 15 mana each tick that I would have if I were standing. 8 times 15 ends up being a good amount of mana. That's a whole extra couple of roots. Half of a nuke, right? And I've had fights, you can see some of them, where it came down to me being completely out of mana and medding while my opponent is rooted. So these little tricks matter, in my opinion. I feel like we missed one more spawn over there, but oh, look at that, look at that. See, that's how you do it. I should be a monk. I should be a monk. Be the group pooler. Look at that. I have a monk, actually. He's level 34, and he's in high keep right now. Been getting a little frustrated with, the entire zone being locked down by a single level 55 of any class. They just, I think last time I was there was a bard literally pulling all of the guards at a time and just AoEing them down for plat. But I'm a guard hunter. I love hunting guards in that zone. I did it on my enchanter, who is level 43 right now. Oh, I wish I had made a video. I played the other night with my friend. I don't know how many people who are watching this series watched my previous videos, but I have a friend who I main a cleric and he had an enchanter, and we play together all the time. We did Plane of Mischief together a lot, and those are some of my more recent videos, us in Plane of Mischief. But he had a cleric level 40, and my enchanter is level 43, and we went to do the specters in free rot, and we charmed the first specter, who was outside. There's 7 spawns total with a respawn timer of 6 minutes and 30 seconds. Now, we had been trying to do this, but there was always someone there, so we could only get like 4 spawns, but we got lucky, and someone was there, but he left, and we had all 7 spawns. I would haste the pet, and at first we tried having the cleric fear the other specters, and we would kite them around with the pet bashing them. The cleric also was trying to bash them. He had that Dawnfire mace that can proc a nice big undead nuke, but it seemed to actually end up being faster just to root and slow them. I think something, you know how when you're chasing a mob and you're trying to hit them, you can see your character swing, but there's just a lot more misses than there are when they're hitting you back and standing still. I didn't think that happened to other mobs. I thought NPCs didn't have that problem. It was only person players, but I think I'm revising that, because when I had the mob rooted and fighting my pet, its HP was going down so much faster than when we had the pet chasing him. I could be wrong, though. It could just be faulty memory, a faulty sense of time. But yeah. Anyway, it ended up being faster just to do the traditional root slow, let the pet beat him down, and the cleric could get in there if they wanted, take a couple hits, and try to use the mace or throw some nukes in there. And we were taking all 7 spawns down before the respawn, just ripping through the specters, getting scythes, making money. and XP was great. It was a really fun session. Would have made a fun video as well. So, you know what? I think I'm going to wrap this up. Family life is starting to reach bedtime for the kids. I'm going to have stuff to do there. There's not much else that's going to change here. We're going to grind this out to 12 and perhaps even beyond. Funny enough, okay, I did get a few belts, but on this session so far, I don't think we've gotten a single belt. But I think XP here is still good. It's still good, plus the belts are going to give 1% each. I've gotten 3. If you want it, it might be faster. I don't know. Probably not, but, you know, let's say after you kill those guys, run over here. Start mowing down these guys. All these guys running around here, you know? Like this guy, how fast can we kill this green? He might have a belt. Yeah, he doesn't give XP, but he might have a belt. Look at that. One hit takes him down to 66, another down to 46. There, 10%, and he's done. No belt this time, but the next one might have a belt. And you might get decent experience just like that. Just like that. See, this is an upper hand guy. It should be taking anything that gives experience at all. Upper hand. Let's see, is this one that's going to give like 2.5 like the other greens? I feel like no. I feel like he's got to be lower. Let's see, we're at 82% right now. Let this be an experiment here. Maybe I've been skipping some spawns I should have added to the rotation. The guy on the tree directly behind this guy, he's probably a good one to kill as well. Let's throw him in the mix. Optimize this thing. And this is really optimal because you can kill these guys without using any mana. Almost like a monk. Look at this. Now again, I've got my fine steel two-hand staff. And maybe you're doing solo self-found cleric and you don't have as good of a weapon. So that could change things, but still. There we go. XP didn't move. We're still at 82. So it definitely had the upper hand. Right? Let's try this guy though. He tends to be, I think he can be a higher level than the spawn we just killed. It looks like he's about the same though. But hey, that'll probably still bump it up to 83. I mean, they can't both not move my experience bar at all. Now I've let Holy Armor drop. Not noticing a huge difference. But I'll throw it back up soon. This guy's gonna run. I'm ready to nuke him. Okay, he ran the safe way. No need to nuke him. There we go. Went up to 83. And then I bet 1 or 2 of these guys would give XP. Nope. Alright, well. Now I think the next on our spawn rotation would be back over here. I think we left one, we went to do the hill, and then we came back here, right? So let me, yep, there's at least one in there. So we didn't get any belts from those 3 guys, but who knows? What if you get 2 belts right there? Still, it doesn't feel worth it to me. I mean, at this level, 2 belts would be 2%, and then those kills combined gave me like maybe 1%, so that's 3%. And just one of the greens over here on this side gives you 2.5%. You know, it feels like more work than it's worth. And he might drop a belt. As it is, I didn't get any belts. So all 3 of those guys gave me 1%. Whereas this guy, this single mob here is going to give me 2.5. So I'm not a huge fan of the idea of just belt farming greens. But I suppose it's an option. It would also be a profitable choice. And that's something I should probably consider more since I'm doing solo self-found. Money is an issue. The more belts I farm, each one is a turn in. That gives you a gold or so. Plus, the gear that you get, you could sell for a gold or so. So it ends up being 2 to 3 gold for every belt as well. So if you level up off of greens, just selling the belts, it's going to be a lot of belts. It's going to equate to a lot of money. Whereas look at me, I've got 3 belts right now. So that'd be a good jump, but I think in the end there's going to be better ways to make money. We're getting close enough. We're getting close to being able to do the Nightbright Sisters. If you wanted to, a money camp, a solo cleric could do the Nightbright Sisters. Again, that lull is critical for that camp, but we have it as a high elf. So we could go do the Nightbright Sisters. They're level 12 rogues. I couldn't do it yet. I probably want to wait till 14, get your level 14 spells, new heal, etc., etc. And you want the level, you definitely need the level range. Even if, like, let's say you could kill a level 12 Nightbright Sister level 13, like thinking of the melee and whatnot, you got to consider the fact that you got to split that camp. So you're going to have to lull 2 of the sisters. That's 2 lulls that you need to not only be successful, but not be critical resists. So even if you could kill one, theoretically, just considering the combat, I still wouldn't consider it a viable camp. I'd rather get to level at least 14, maybe even 15 before going there, just so that my lulls have a higher rate of success, a rate of success that makes the camp worth it. You don't want to be running all the time for Mistmore with rogues on your tail. It's the worst class to have on your tail. Alright, so that about does it, you guys. I guess let's just finish this rotation since we're here together. Oh, he's a blue. It would have been wise for me to... Oh, if mommy locked her door, then that means she doesn't want you to open it.
But mom wants us to have her to open it.
Okay, I'll be there in a second. Like 2 minutes. Family life, no respect. Alright, so I'm in a hurry. Let's take this guy down. Also because he's got a huge HP lead on us. What is going on? There we go. I think I'm getting some lag issues here. Alright, we're finally getting a lead, although he just landed a big hit on us there. Where's our big hits? Come on, RNG. 5 is not cutting it, dude. There we go, there we go. Come on, get him before he rounds the corner. Boom. Alright, we can barely run. Wow, good thing we got him, because I think he was running faster than us. This is a blue. This should probably put us to 91, 92%. Anyways. Yeah, feels nice to be back on this guy. I've been having so much fun on this character. I'm gonna be honest. Diablo came out, and I usually don't play Diablo. I haven't tried it since Diablo 2, and I played that only for a hot minute, but my friends got all excited about playing it, and I play with my friend every Saturday evening on Xbox, so I thought, hey, we're gonna play that together. Turns out he doesn't like it now, even though I went through a bunch of trouble to get it, but I'm enjoying it. And I got a couple friends at work that have been getting into it too. So that's been taking some of my usual time that would be reserved for Sendrith here. But we'll see. That'll probably taper off. And I enjoy this more, I think. Although I am enjoying Diablo, I am going to say. And yeah. I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace out.